Hey guys, welcome to Gavin Gaming TV and welcome to Mudrunner Spintires. That's right, Spintires has been redone and this is it. It is Focus Interactive, the same ones who do same ones who do or distribute farming sim and stuff. So first things first, the sound is turned down so that's not too bad. We'll see how that comes out on recording. Hopefully not too loud for you guys. So now I did have a continued island here where I had actually got all the points uncovered, but it crashed. I can't load it again. So we'll start afresh and I'll show you what the crack is with the game. Now there are a couple of islands. These other ones are unlocked by progress. So you know the bog, I think that was in the original one. But the island is the new one, and it's actually not too bad. I quite like it. There are some new bits and bats in it. I will show you that as we go along. Now, some of you are wondering, what's new? Well, the graphics are updated. There's an in-cockpit view, which is roughly put in. It's alright, like, it'll do. But there's a big problem with it, and I'll show you what that is when we get in. Now, there are obviously more maps here, but I haven't unlocked them yet because I haven't really had a massive amount of time to play. Your vehicles wise is a little different how you pick it. As you see, I do have a lot of mods vehicles wise at the minute. I am collecting more as I go along because there are some nice mods out there, so I do want to have a wee mess around with some. That's what got me back into the first game after a long time of not bothering playing it. I started downloading the mods and was actually enjoying it again, so fingers crossed the modding maps will come out soon. There's a few knocking about and they hopefully will be coming to the workshop slowly, but we're not going to use any of these mods yet. We'll stick to the bog standard vehicles. So as you see, you have your game balance points, so obviously the beefier, the beastier the vehicle, the less game balance points you've got. So say we've got a 3 here. If I had, say, the big D537 jobby, I would add maybe another point or 2 onto it. So you've got to try and balance that so the game isn't too easy for you, which I suppose is pretty cool. I quite like that. But a lot of the vehicles will be available through finding them on the map anyways. So without further ado, obviously that shows you the hardcore, but we'll not be doing that yet. My current progress is lost already. Now, I play this with my Design Labs custom Xbox One controller that I got made for Gavin Gaming TV with the logo etched in it. So that's why I used to play this. I think on this one, I'll tell you what we'll do. Don't let me go advance while I'm here. Oh, it's not, is it? Right. Install that. Yeah, spare wheels are always handy. You can have garage trailers on this as well. They look a bit dodgy, but they're not too bad. But what I want to do first is switch over this little guy and explore a wee bit. So we'll get all the bits on because we know I'm pretty bad at driving. Now you can still zoom in and out, which is pretty handy. The camera is still the same dodgy camera that it had originally, to be fair. So it isn't a brilliant camera. But the actual sound and graphics have been upgraded. The graphics have been upgraded a lot, in my opinion. So that's it. The parking brake off? Yes, it did. So we'll try and get this thing going. I'll maybe need to knock that sound down a little bit more. There we go, that might be a bit better. So as you can see, the mud and stuff has been reworked as well. It's a little, well, it's quite a lot more detail actually when you look at it in slow-mo. With the way the fluidity, I should say, if it works. I'm going to have to whack diff lock on here. And then the water, I think, has been massively overworked in my opinion. It looks amazing. This way I'm not going to get to it to show you. Come on, you little buggy. So you can see the water actually reacts in the correct way of what you're doing, which I think is pretty damn cool. The waves will travel away from you correctly. You know, it won't settle straight away. It takes a wee while for stuff to happen. I think that is amazing. Now there is another cool thing on this. How do you get to it? There's a quick winch. So you can now actually look around for things to winch to. And then hit it straight up and oops. You will start winching. This may pull me over. Sure. Oh, careful. There we go, that might have got me out of the mud there. And then release the winch. I wish there was a quicker way of releasing it, to be fair. But there isn't, so there. So yeah, as you can see, the mud and that is a lot better. And the graphics are, I think, a hell of a lot better. More detailed, in my opinion, compared to the first one. Some people say, ah, well, there's nothing much different, but I played the first one on max, I played this one on maximum as well, and I can definitely tell and see the difference in it. So the physics, I think, have been upgraded a wee bit as well, especially with the come on, son, you can get up there, with the way the mud collects on the tyres and things like that. Now, I'm not 100% sure whether the grip on the sticks and the stones and that has been improved, because if you remember during the first Spintires, it was bloody awful, and you had to get a friction mod downloaded to address that, and then it was amazing. With not having many maps on here yet that actually have the proper rock formations and that for rock climbing, I haven't been able to test that yet. I'm hoping within the next week or so there is actually a new map that comes down with that ability on, because there's feeling vehicles, as you saw, that I downloaded have, you know, set up for rock climbing, because I actually did really enjoy some of the maps for that. So you can see the mud flying off my tyres there. Now down here is one of the new things, which I shall show you. Say, trucks with no lumber are allowed to pass. So if you have lumber, oops, a daisy, hold on a minute. What am I doing? Right, so if you have lumber on here, then you're not allowed to come through this gate. Now, that's obviously to make it a bit harder, because your lumber mill's there, and you have your log station like down here. So if you could get that log station and then straight back down that road, it'd be really easy. But no, what they want to do is allow you to come through here to get to the station easy, and then go the hard way back round again. Now, I would have liked there to have been a reason for that to be closed when you have the logs, like it's a weak bridge, so when you load it up you can't go back over it, or just something a little more imaginative than, no, you've got logs on, you can't come this way. You know what I mean? That would have been a lot nicer. Or the road was giving way, so heavy vehicles can't come through here. You know what I mean? Just something a bit more imaginative than just locking the bloody gate. But what I'll do is I'll back up and go that way to get to this watch point and show you what they're like. But yeah, it is pretty cool. Again, just wish it was a little more imaginative. The gears are also a lot better, look. In more of a H pattern. So they're a little more... Whoops a daisy. They're a little easier to use and get the hang of than the original gearbox. That was a real pain in the ass to use. I think it was right down here, wasn't it, somewhere? And there's a lorry for somewhere. Now some of these lorries, when you unlock them, have either no fuel or, as you see, that one's got damage on it. I still wish the damage models were a little better on these vehicles, instead of just having cracks and slight dents. Something like the Beam NG model or something would have been amazing. But it's not bad. I suppose the physics in the ground are what makes up for that. So we'll rattle on this way. And you'll see the water here work really, really well. Whack everything on so I can get through here. Well, the water looks really well. See it reacting to the way you're driving through. And if I sit here, you'll see the water flows against it and around you, as it should do with the flow that is with the river. So that's your exhaust bubbling out of the water. So the detail is really, really good. I actually like that. No, I don't know if vehicles with snorkels on actually bothers with that. There we go, we're out of the water again. Not entirely sure where I'm off to here. Off to the left. Another thing as well is you can actually put multiple waypoints down now. So you can go 1, 2, 3, and you can go for, I think it's maybe like 10, 15 different dots, so you can actually follow a road so you know where you're going. And when you go back, there you have it. So we'll follow this round and I'll show you the watchtowers. Zoom around a wee bit. If I can remember which one it is, I'll show you the interior view. There we go. So his hands cross over, it's not too bad, like, I mean, it's nothing amazing. The dash and that is just basically your clock's stuck on a full screen. I mean, you can look around inside. It's cool, but to be 100% honest, a lot of the modded vehicles already had that. So, it's not, in my opinion, it's nothing spectacularly added to the game, you know what I mean? Ooh. Going over the rocks doesn't seem too bad. Again, I don't think they're brilliant, but they'll do. And there you go. So these are literally your watchtowers. Here's a tower. So let's go over to that rock formation now and see how it does climbing it. I know I'm keeping diff and all that going, but it's only a thing, so it doesn't really matter. Oh shit, that's deeper than I thought. Oh, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. Ah! So as you see, that's quite strong and it's washing my ass out to sea. Oh, I just hit a rock. So that was quite cool, that never happened last time. Now, again, you've no battery operated winch or anything like this because we've no flipping mods for that. I'm just going to let it get pushed out to the ocean, to be honest. That's quite cool. So as you see, the water does act how it should do, which is really, really cool. That has whooped my ass and thrown me into the ocean. That shows perfectly what I was going to show you by standing still in the water. And it does flow around you properly. And yeah, that is quite a way out. So if I change back to one of the other vehicles, this one will probably do rightly. And this has more mud tyres on it. And you'll see how a larger wagon deals with this sort of stuff. And I love that water detail. Absolutely love it. A wee bit of oil in there, look. Now it does show you like liquids in the fuel tanks and your engine start up and things like that. I'm not entirely sure why, because I don't think it makes much of a difference. I haven't noticed the liquid shifting around in the truck to actually bother your ability to drive or anything like that, so that might just be for show, to be fair. Or just to show you how much you've got in what. Whoa. Oops, a daisy. So I took damage there. Oh, it hasn't really done much. Look, just put some cracks in it. I mean, the vehicles are really, really well modelled. As I say, these are all normal vehicles. There's no, I'm not using any modded ones here yet. These are all the standard trucks. So the tyre deformation, I think, has been remodelled as well to look a bit better, which is cool. The controls are still as good as they were in the first one. You hear the splashes and stuff, really cool. The automatic gears aren't as bad as in the first one. In the first one they had a real tendency of stalling your vehicle. They're not as bad in this one, so that's a massive improvement. So I'll follow this track here. The detail on the maps is beautiful. They're really, really well detailed. You know, the trees are pretty good poly textures. Where am I going? Where am I going? Stuff it over the hill. Again, if you have the clout, you can knock trees over and all that stuff. Not too sure stones would damage a tree this size, but you know. So here we are. Let's rattle this through the water now. See, it doesn't move that at all, but you can sort of get a feel of the force it's exerting on it just from looking at the way the water's hitting it, which is really cool. So if you've got a trailer on there, then it's gonna, you know, drag that trailer quite dramatically in the water and could possibly drag you along with it, you know what I mean? So you do have to think about these things now. If we actually take a look at the map and zoom it in, you can actually see the depths of the water now, which is quite handy. I still think that's a little bit cheating. Hardcore mode might take that off, The triangle's floating in the wind. But I wouldn't mind taking that off on casual as well, to be fair. But it is cool. I do like how you can see this. Am I going to be close enough to get that? Back of mine, front of his. Fisherman. That dug in really well, actually. Take it off there, and I'll see if we can maybe winch it on the side and drag it over. Come on, come on. Hey! It's alive! Happy days. So if I angle this camera around, see, as you can see, look, you can see the fuel in the tank, which I suppose is depicting how much you've got left, and then the engine turning on and off. What that helps with, I don't know, but right, we'll go back to this and we'll see what damage I caused to it while I was throwing it over there. Good bit to the roof, and you can see how it's dug into the ground there while I was winching it, which I actually didn't think it would show that sort of depth. That's quite impressive, that. But we are back up and running, just about. So as you can see from the first look there, it is actually pretty cool. It is back to how it should have been. And for those who are saying, "Oh, well, you're just going to abandon it, ignore it," it wasn't abandoned in the first place. The guys had an argument and split up. Apparently, it was the modders that kept it going and alive. And I think now that these are the guys of Frontier Interactive have got hold of it, I think they're going to keep developing it and keep it going and keep adding stuff to it. Hopefully with some good DLC, and they'll let the modders really take hold and really get in there, because I think it was the mods that made the first one so playable that I really started getting back into it again. And it runs really well on pretty much any system. So guys, that is a first look and mess about in Spintires Mudrunner. If you want to see more of it, you want to see Let's Plays of this, please let us know in the comments down below. If you have any questions or anything like that, chuck them down there as well, and I will get back to you as soon as I possibly can. And if you wish to build a beefy PC or rig that can run this sort of stuff with no bother at all, there is a link down below for overclockers.co.uk. Cracking wee place to get all your PC equipment, anything from a cable to a full gaming setup at really good prices, and the staff are always there and willing to help. And if there is a bundle or anything like that that you see, and you may want to change a few things on it, give them a bell and they will help you out all they can. Like I did with my rig. The memory wasn't what I wanted, so I rang them and got them to actually add memory to it. It's up to 32 gigs. But yeah, give them a bell. Again, all my other social media stuff is down below if you click on that, and please join, like, follow, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I shall see yous all later.